Good afternoon. Welcome to the Midday Mull for Friday, the 20th of August. Continuing with 1 Samuel, we read chapter 12, Samuel's farewell to the people. He gathers the people of Israel together and then presents the king to them and says, "Here is your king." And then Samuel says the following: "As for me, I am old and grey, and my sons are here with you. I have been your leader from my youth until this day. Here I stand. Testify against me in the presence of the Lord and his anointed. Whose ox have I taken? Whose donkey have I taken? Whom have I cheated? Whom have I oppressed? From whose hand have I accepted a bribe to make me shut my eyes? If I have done any of these things, I will make it right." And the people say, "No, you have been a good leader. You've not done any of these kind of things." And as I read that, I got to think, can we stand up and say the same kind of things? Look at the world and say, bring testimony against me. I might not have cheated anybody, but have I spread slander about people? Have I joined in the gossip? Have people seen love in my life? Have people always felt accepted and warmly welcomed? Or have I been standoffish? Have I been the kind of person that people would want to be in my company? Or do they try and avoid me? And today we've just had a funeral, and we have another 2 lined up for next week. And it got me thinking about eulogies and what people say. And what will people say about me at my funeral, particularly if they speak honestly? And I'm reminded of the story of the lady who's sitting down at her husband's funeral, and they stand up and start speaking, and the son speaks, and then the business friend, a golfing partner, and all these people stand up, and eventually she looks at her son quite worried and says, "I think we'd better go. I don't recognize the person they're speaking about. We must be at the wrong funeral." So if people speak honestly about us, what do they say? And in the New Testament, Paul says we must live in ways that the surrounding people in the society won't be able to accuse us of anything. We must live such good lives that we will always be a testimony to them. And I think a lot of people do. And it's a call that we have on our lives to be good people at the very minimum. And as Christians, we know that we are God's children and that our eternity is in his hands, and we are looking forward to our existence in heaven. But while on earth, we must live like Samuel did, that at the end, at some point, we can look at the people, our community, the people around about us, and say, if I've done anything wrong, testify to that. And then the people will stand up and say, "No, you've done nothing wrong. You have lived a good life." And so my encouragement to each person is to live today well. Treat everybody you come across well. Be generous where you can. Help in any way that you can. Be that kind of person that everyone will bear witness to you. You have been a good person. And give thanks to God that he makes this possible.